This is the restoration that I'm doing in Montclair. And this is the one we're doing the addition on. So I came to check to see how far in the process these guys are, how much progress are they making. All the windows are in. They did the side in the garage, so they have to do this side now. We're halfway there. I mean, we got the rough plumbing, rough electrical, rough HVAC. But now my challenge here is I got the siding already done. Now I got to rip out 4 windows, reinstall them, and come back and do the siding. So not only is it going to cost me money, it's going to cost me time. Let me call this guy. I'm actually going to do an inspection on one of the properties. I like to go to the properties. You know, I have GCs at most of the properties that manages the construction, but I like to physically go there to motivate the guys to make sure everything is done you know, efficiently in the way that I visualized it, especially on a flip. So the one we're going to go to now is a flip that I'm working on, a restoration actually, not a flip. I was told my realtor don't call them flips, call them restorations because of the type of work that I do. But I'm actually going by here because I noticed a couple of things that the framer did that wasn't correct. Even though he had architectural drawings, sometimes things change and you can't build it to the architect's specifications because what the architect measured and the reality of what happens is always different at a property. So we just got to one of the properties here. I paid about $380,000 for this property. I originally projected around $200,000 for renovation. Looks like it's going to be a 10 to 15% overage. So there is holding costs, there's renovation. The holding costs usually consist of the renovation costs, the taxes, you know, water, sewer, all that stuff that you have to pay while you're keeping the property going. This property should be able to sell for $950. So even if you know, I'm into this property for, you know, $620, $650, and I can get a contract on it for $950 and pay a realtor 5%, it's still a great deal. Projects like this take a while, which is not bad. You don't want to really be in and out of something like this because of capital gains. You at least want to go a year and a day to kind of offset that. But yeah, this is an exciting project. Let's take a look at it and see what's going on. We're at the phase now where we did all of the exterior siding. The framer came in and framed the new exterior, built on the additional square footage that was required. Before that, we actually did some foundation work also, because we extended the house out another 1,700 square feet. We put a new roof, new windows, new siding. This roof is actually going to be changed, right? We have shingles on this roof, but there's changes that goes along with the projects that cost you more money, but gives more curb appeal. We're going to do a metal roof. As you see, as I did on this project, small metal roof, gave a little curb appeal, made it pop a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing as I'm extending the porch. So total, we have 6 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms in this house. This is a huge property. Like I said, we're going to try to see if we can get somewhere around $950. We're going to start in the market with that. I'm really pushing to get this thing done. Like I said, we're behind 2.5 months, and that's really, really hurting me. So I'm really trying to find ways on how to consistently get ahead. I think you'll see the transition as we go through week by week from this point to where we are now and where we progress into and how close we can get this thing on the market. These are important. These actually, and I see another one here, I'm taking all of these away from the property, right? Because they always lose them in the end. I did a 6 family.
Why is it $15 each?
I did this, but these are like special order because they're brown.
Oh,
I did a 6 family in Irvington, and 4 of them were missing from the entire property. Luckily, they were white, and I was able to get them from Home Depot. Yeah, so I take them now. Extra task for me to take them. I took the ones upstairs. So far, it's 1 missing here. Second floor master bedroom was missing 1, so I had to figure that out. It is electric. The stove is electric.
I just specs that.
Yeah. All right. It's electric. I wanted to tell you that because Greg was telling me they no longer make them in gas, they make them all electric, and the architect put a gas stove inside of here.
You know what?
So we have a gas stove top, it's a 6 burner and a griddle top. But over here we have an oven that's going in a cabinet and it's electric. So I guess it's something that you have to speak to PSCNG about and the electrical inspector at Montclair to kind of figure it out. Another challenge. Another challenge. So the plumber starts before the electrician in all of the projects. And what the plumber did was he ran his gas pipe here. We're excavating outside, we're removing where the gas line was, and we're moving it over to here. So the plumber already ran his line. The siding is done already, right? Now the electrician is saying that the gas line needs to be 3 feet away from where the service is at. So I mean, it's a quick fix, but we got to change this piece of siding. The plumber has to now do something where he's going to bring it out over. So speaking to my electrician, my GC is here, trying to figure out ways on how we can bring the time down in this project to try to get done faster. Again, I want to do a quality project, and these projects, you know, they take time. We all want to finish fast and get to the closing table and make that profit, but the reality is this stuff takes time. I'm going to go speak to the landscaper because he's here also, cutting some trees down in the backyard. And I want to make sure I missed 2 trees that I want to cut, and I want to see if he can actually take these trees down for me. So all these guys are on a wanted list. How are you? How are you? Good. I have more to add onto your list. I'm gonna put a fence to separate these 2 properties right here.
Oh.
So, you know, basically this, where the blacktop is at, belongs to that property. So I kind of want to create maybe like a fence and come up by the edge of the blacktop, and I kind of need to, yeah, so this way they would have privacy over here. I need to remove these over here. Appreciate it. So all of these 1, 2, 3, all this
1,
right
2,
here.
3, and that one.
And this one, yep, cut it all out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Wow, I can't believe it. This is freaking awesome. Do you see all these trees right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees. The guy just told me to give him $1,000 more and he'll take all these trees down. I mean, dude, that's like $3,500 or more that a tree company would charge me. This guy does my landscaping for me, and I just said, hey, I just need to chop down a couple of trees, and he came. I wasn't here, we did like a FaceTime thing, and he told me he was gonna charge me $2,500 to cut this big tree down and a whole bunch of other trees. But now I just came and added, you know, 5 more trees to the list, and he told me just give me $1,000 more. So that's actually a good thing. I'm excited about that. All right, so yeah, we just actually walked through the Montclair flip. I just want to recap a couple of things. We've been on this project now for about 4 months. The most challenging thing was the time that it takes to get permits approved. When I first got this property, and I'll probably show you some before photos, it was like slanted, and it was really ugly looking. And I had to go through the process first of doing the demolition, right? Removing the windows, removing all of the shingles from the roof, and then we went on the interior and we gutted the place down to the beam. Now once that was done, that demolition crew moved out, and then my framers came in, which is the next person that comes in, and he has to go in and frame everything according to the architectural specs. There's a lot of challenges that the framer run into during that process because, as I mentioned, they're not always able to build everything to the architect's specs, so they had to make some alterations and changes. And sometimes that may even cause delays because the architect needs to come back out, inspect, and then give you what's called a as-built letter. So when they come out for framing inspection, they will approve the changes that were made. You may need to get a different floor plan and get it approved by the city. You know, so these things cause delays. So we just covered some basics today on this project. We're really at the halfway point right now. Once we get through framing inspection, which is scheduled in a couple of days, we'll do insulation. Once insulation is done, we'll do sheetrock, we'll do all the floors. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna pop in my floors, doors, moldings, everything, and then we're gonna do all the paint last. Usually, I'll pop in I'll get the sheetrock. The guy will come and do his first coat of paint, and then we'll install moldings and doors and kitchen cabinets, and he'll do his last coat. I'm gonna try to see if I can buy at least 10 days or at least 2 weeks of time by saving all the paint last. We'll cover everything up and go. So we'll see. I think we're about 6 weeks to maybe 2 months away from finishing this project. I'm really gonna have to push to get this done to try to get it on the market in time so we can find a buyer.